framework for how creative services should happen at TIA was perfect. It was beautiful. It was well researched and well done. I hadn't talked to my most critical internal partners about whether they would be okay with that or not. They liked their agency. They were working with Uncle Bob's cousin, brother Joe's agency that they've been working with for 20 years, and they do whatever they wanted them to do, right? So taking away some of that power, not sharing any of the value, the benefit to the organization, it almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen. And it was such a backpedal, almost going back to square one and starting from scratch, knowing that I had the perfect thing on the wall, but it wasn't perfect if I didn't have the buy-in of my business partners. And
that's great.
I never quite got the full buy-in of my business partners, and I'm sure if I had gone about it the right way, I would have.
You would have done it. Great story, Elena. Thank you. And another great lesson, right? So, Tiffany, Tony?
So mine would be one giant mistake. I swear, there's not a mistake I haven't made in my career that I didn't learn from. And I always share that with entry-level associates to very successful people, because I think it's what makes us real, right, to make those mistakes. So I was trying to think of the many, what one would relate to, and maybe a bad hire would be an easy mistake to make, because people, you got 45 minutes to really figure out, is this the right person for the right position? Do they have all the qualities? And you're trying to get to know them. Do they have the right personality? And if you put them on this team, you want them to be successful. So for me, we did this extensive interview, and she was amazing. For a store manager position, she interviewed well, she had all the talents, but she didn't have traditional grocery store background. But I really felt with the right training, and she could learn it, right? And I was not going to give up on her. So I would have to say my mistake was trying to put the square peg in the circle. It didn't work, but I don't feel it was an entire mistake, because I learned from it. What I was trying to do, I think my lesson is, you can't want something more for someone than what they want, right? So she didn't want her success as much as I wanted her success. So my mistake was probably extending too long and putting too many resources to what it just wasn't the right fit. And I think we do that along the lines because of our belief in someone. So I would say my mistake was wrong fit, went out on the ledge, and really put my all into it. And I wasn't worried about it being my bad pick. What I was concerned about was where I put her. She wasn't successful, and I let her down, and I let the team down. So my lesson learned from that was, don't want it more than they do.
That's a great lesson.
They've got to want it more, and you're their support.
I love that one. Great soundbite. Thank you for that. Tiffany.
Yeah. So every mistake I've made, I do believe, has been a gift, because it has taught me something really important. So when I came off of the Fleet role, the Wonder Woman role, I came into Bear, actually, and into a role that, in my long-term goal of wanting to really run a business and be a CEO, I said, gosh, this is going to be a good role to help get me there, right? So I ran sales strategy and operations, right? So it was a big group of people. It was 100-plus people. It was an operational role. Wasn't running a business, wasn't running a P&L, but, it was giving me other things. And when I look back at that, I was taking a role to check a box, right? I was taking a role not because it was following my passion, not because it was following what I'm good at. I was taking a role because that's a good thing for me to do, because that'll look good, and it'll be a step in a box I need to check. And that was a mistake. Because when you do that, when I did that, I shouldn't say when you do that, when I did that, I didn't come with the same level of passion. I didn't come with the same level of ability to drive results. I didn't do as much for my team as I should have because I wasn't at my best in that role. So for me, I think it's really important to follow, your career can take you to great things, and you're better at what you do when you're following your passions.
Gosh, great, super, 4 great lessons. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for that great question. And a great way to kind of close out the full group. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into small breakouts. So we'll have till the top of the hour. And it'll be a little bit more intimate discussion, and whatever group you are in, enjoy the conversation, ask the questions. We'll come right back in here at 6 o'clock so that we can close out everyone for the evening. So with that, ladies, join your breakout session, and panelists, I'll see one of you and the other 3 at the top of the hour. All right? So just join when you see a button to push if you need to. Hey, Shanae.
Hi.
That's great. Oh, look who we have here.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Awesome. All right, well, welcome. So thanks for joining in this breakout. So, Shanae's here. Ask away. Any questions that you have? Who wants to get us started?
I'll start. Hi, it's Janine.
Hey, Janine.
Hi. I would love to hear about your daily routine. What do you do to keep your energy up? How do you do continuous learning? I'd love to hear some of those tidbits from you.
So I think what I love about my job is I'm doing a lot of different things. So my team actually drives all the